Good evening and welcome to the 2013 Teacher of the Year celebration. We have a lot on our agenda this evening, not the least of which to say we're going to stay on time with our program because tomorrow's another day of work and it's getting us real close to the end of the school year. So before I talk about how I feel about our teachers, let me mention a few of the many bright spots in the Akron Public Schools this teaching year. I wish I could mention all of them, but there are just too many. But we do have several standouts that I would like to highlight and that I think you should all know about. I am immensely proud of what has transpired at one of our high schools this year. So good is the work being done there that Ohio's Race to the Top Progress Report for Year 2 has put a spotlight on this school as one of its success stories of the program. So much so they've submitted a report regarding this school to the U.S. Department of Education. So in recognizing the school, the Race to the Top report states, I quote, "Since 2009, this school has initiated an integrated progressive approach to improving student performance and developing students' preparation for college and careers." It continues, I quote, "Today students are interested and engaged in learning, teachers have embedded professional development, and the district is actively engaged in its school improvement grant." I might add that at this school, we now have a parental and community engagement program that we have not seen in many years, bringing more voices to the table for the betterment of our children. The school highlighted by Race to the Top is the Bookto Community Learning Center. And with those of you here from Bookto, including Principal Sonia Gordon, please stand so we can applaud your work. Thank you. I would also like to mention the Richmond Community Learning Center. Just a few weeks ago, the governor and the Department of Education recognized Richmond as a high progress school of honor. This means that it scores in the top 10% of schools as ranked by gains in student achievement in reading and math during the previous 5 years. So Larry Bender, I saw you earlier, you and the Richmond family. All stand up, stand up. I am also extremely proud of what is going on at the Akron Early College High School, where our Akron Public School students receive their diploma from us and an associate's degree from the University of Akron at the same time. This year, the state superintendent named the Akron Early College a school of promise, and here's why. This school serves more than 40% economically disadvantaged students. Most of the students at Akron Early College are first in their families to attend college. The students' Ohio graduation test scores are among the highest in the state, 12th to be precise, and right on the heels of some of our affluent suburban neighbors. And if I'm not mistaken, according to the Performance Index, Marilyn Bennett, you're the second highest performing high school in Summit County, just behind Hudson. In addition, the Akron Early High School has been issued a bronze medal by the U.S. News and World Report magazine as part of its 2013 Best High Schools in the Country listing. Now that makes me proud of what we are doing, proud of the students, and proud of the teachers who make it happen. So let's give a round of applause to Akron Early College High School. Now I know many of you have heard this, but it bears repeating tonight. It has been said, the mediocre teacher tells, the good teacher explains, the superior teacher demonstrates, and the great teacher inspires. And it's clear to me tonight that we are in the presence of some of the best teachers anywhere, so you all should give yourselves a round of applause. Now, to all of you educators that we honor this evening, congratulations. And I say this both as an APS employee and as an APS parent. Thank you for inspiring our children. Great teachers are the soul of an enlightened society. We entrust you with the most precious things that we know in life, and that's our children. As APS proud parents, we know that when we send our children off to school, we must have a certain amount of faith that those entrusted to guide them will do just that. And I believe we have that faith because each of us knows that in our own lives, we owe much of who we are and what we've achieved to great teachers. We can all name a great teacher who has changed our lives, a teacher who inspired us. As today's honored teachers, you will be remembered by your students in much the same way. Someday, one of your students may be standing where I am here, and he or she will mention one of you. I wish this for all of you, I really do. And know this, every one of you can change lives each and every day and make the world a better place. One student at a time, one day at a time. We ask a great deal of you, I understand that. But after all, we are committed to high standards, high academic achievements for our kids, and it all begins with quality teachers. It all begins and it continues with each and every one of you. Henry Adams once observed that a teacher affects eternity because you can never tell where a teacher's influence stops. Your influence goes on and on. The people you've helped and taught pass those lessons along. Teachers affect eternity. I believe that with all my heart, and so with all my heart, I thank the teachers we honor today and the many more great teachers out there who quietly devote their lives to inspiring our children. Thank you and congratulations. All right, Carla, you're running the show.
Next, we will have some words of encouragement and greetings from Board Member and Vice President Lisa Mansfield.
So, as you've probably seen your program, Jason Haas is on his way. He's running late. I threatened him with having to do witty banner with me before our actual written greeting, so I think that's what slowed him down a little bit. As we all know, this is the time of year for us to celebrate our students, our staff, and our district's accomplishments. It is with a great deal of pride and pleasure that I'm here to join others in giving gratitude to our teachers, who work tirelessly day in and day out to ensure that our students are successful. As both a parent and an APS board member, I thank you. Words cannot say enough how much we appreciate all that you do for our students. I know that your days aren't easy and that there are times when you might feel like you aren't making a difference. But I can honestly say that from everything I've witnessed over the past month, I know definitely. I know that our teachers care. I know that you bring hope to children in need. I know that you give your best, your very best, as a servant educator. So now it is with great pleasure that I introduce a few fellow board members, Patrick Bravo and Tim Miller, to present our mentoring, mastering, and nationally board certified educators.
First of all, thank you all for being here tonight to help us honor and celebrate all of our teachers in the district. And I just have a brief message for each of you tonight, and it's this. You never know just exactly how or to what extent that you may influence someone else's life, or maybe even change it forever, as Mr. James said. This is particularly true for all of you, for all of our teachers. It may be a small gesture of kindness. It may be that you listen when it seems like no one else will. It may be the extra care that you take to help a student who may be in trouble. It may just be that you're there every day, someone that can be counted on, someone that's consistent in their lives, or you may never know at all. But the person whose life you touch, whose dreams you inspire, whose confidence you boost, they will remember. So for those of you who choose to be here to educate, to inspire, to love, to change lives, thank you. And to the family and friends that are here to support our teachers, thank you for sharing them with us. I'm pleased to present the 2013 Master and Mentor Teachers for the Akron Public School District. There are many mentoring teachers listed in your program booked this evening. Mentors are selected by an application process and recommendations from our principals. They attend ODE-sponsored training and familiarize themselves with the requirements of the Resident Educator Program for new teachers. They play a vital role in assisting our first-year teachers and supporting student success. If our 2013 mentoring teachers are here tonight, please stand and be recognized. Let's all give them a hearty round of applause.
Thank you. My name is Tim Miller, from the Akron School Board. I do want to thank everybody in this room. It's an honor to be here honoring you. I've got 3 daughters, 2 graduated from Akron Public Schools and 1 who's in the Akron Public Schools right now. And I am so glad that my daughters were touched by Akron Public School teachers. I want to thank you for that because you touched them, you touched me. Thank you very much. Tonight I'm honoring the 2013 Master's Teachers, and for those who were able to join us tonight, I wish that you would please stand to be recognized as I read your name. First is Jennifer Bevan from Firestone High School. Second is Jill Reganos from Firestone High School. Third is Lori Thompson from Britzman. Renewal Master Teacher, Tracy Robinson from Schumacher Seals. Additionally, this year we have 1 teacher with National Board Distinction. National Board Certification is an advanced teaching credential. It complements, but does not replace, a state teacher's license. It's valid for 10 years, and renewal candidates must begin the renewal process during the 8th and 9th years as NBCTs. National Board Certification is achieved upon successful completion of a rigorous voluntary assessment program designed to recognize effective and accomplished teachers who meet high standards based on what teachers should know and be able to do. If you would, Patricia or Patty Gonzalez, would you please stand and be recognized?
Next, we'll be hearing from Board Member Bruce Alexander and Board Member Veronica Sims, and they'll be here to introduce the Ambassador Awards.
Good evening. My name is Bruce Alexander, and I'm a board member for Akron Public Schools. I am APS proud. I'm glad to have everyone here this evening. It's very nice to see the teachers here and the things that you do for our students. We're very, very much appreciative of that because you definitely touch the lives of kids. I always say this anytime I speak. I have to say thanks to one of my teachers, which is Dick Rogers, and if it wasn't for Mr. Rogers a couple years ago, that my life wouldn't be what it is today, and I'm thankful to have a teacher like him, and thank you all.
Good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. Good evening. First, I'd like to thank the Academy. Sorry, it's my bad. Hi, I'm to the Akron School Board. First of all, as a point of privilege, I'd like to say I'm honored to be here tonight. I not only thank you for the light that you shine across the city, across the state, and even with the work that you do across the nation, but I thank you for the light that you shine in buildings in our district, across our district, each and every day. So again, thank you for allowing me to be here today, and congratulations to all of the awardees. Tonight, who said that? Tonight, we are presenting the 2013 APS Ambassadors Award. The Ambassador Awards are presented to educators who present or publish on a state or national level. These individuals, trained by Akron Public Schools, share their expertise with others in order to improve their profession and extend their own learning. The ambassadors recognized tonight are listed in your program booklet, noting the conference that they presented and the title of their presentations.
Would all the ambassadors here tonight please stand at your seats? This elite group of folks represent 43 confidence, presenters, and publishers sharing their expertise with others across the state and the nation, representing Akron Public Schools in high fashion. This is truly the type of work that demonstrates the APS proud we are looking for in our teachers of dedicated educators and professionals serving in various ways each and every day. Thank you very much. We have now Jason Haas, who will present the Shining Apple honorees. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Alexander. Thank you, Ms. Sims. I first should publicly apologize to Ms. Mansfield. She read my parts because I was at work still, and I got here a little tardy, which Ms. Sibley has also told me that in her board grade book, she's noted that I was tardy tonight, so everybody can just rest on that. I'll be referred to the superintendent later. Would all teachers and students please come forward as I call your name? I am doing the Shining Apple, so if that's your award, please pay attention. Audience, please hold your applause until every honoree has come forward. First teacher is Angelo Donatelli. Student nominee was Julia Bay. Julia says, becoming a 9th grader was nerve-wracking for me. It was scary, and it seemed to me like I was not going to make it through high school. But because of Mr. Donatelli, I learned to break loose from my old habits and become someone who could finally stand up for me. He was laid back, calm, and always understanding. He pushed me to do well in school and showed me that he believes in me. Whatever I dreamed of doing, whatever goals I have in my future, he showed me that I can do it. Because of the great influence that Mr. Donatelli had on me, I am now the senior class president for 2013. It was his beliefs that helped me learn about myself and allowed me to finish strong for a brighter future. Next teacher is Ernest Dantas. The student nominee was Kayla Hoskins. Kayla says, throughout my academic career, I have had over 50 teachers who have impacted my life. But one man in particular stands out above all the rest. That man is Mr. Dantas, my U.S. history teacher. I enjoyed his class so much that I took AP geography class with him my junior year, even though I did not meet the credit. I have learned an astonishing amount from this man. He's very intelligent and knows how to teach effectively by challenging his students to think and use their heads to figure things out. I feel that he really deserves this award. Next teacher is Richard Eater. Student nominator was Erica Cantrell. Erica says, Mr. Eater has a unique way of teaching that keeps students interested. He's encouraging to students and is always concerned for their well-being. He listens and provides advice to his students when they need it and works hard to keep students doing their best. Next teacher is Miguel Castro. student nominee is Maria Hart. Maria says, senior householder is one of the best teachers I've ever had. I think I just realized my mistake. Senior householder is one of the best teachers I've had, even though the first 2 years of his class felt like grammar boot camp. He has an enormous impact on all of my classmates and me. Senior householder has not only taught us Spanish, but also language instruction. We read articles, watch movies, held conversations, and played Scrabble games in Spanish. He has made an impact on my future plans. Because of him, I want to study Spanish in college and possibly live abroad. Next teacher is Mona Cochran. Student nominee was Anya Marie Train. According to Anya, Ms. Cochran cared about her students, even ex-students, like a mother would. Her unconditional love, however, does not mean that she spoon feed us. Her grading was strict, and her lecturing would bring me to tears. But at the end of it all, she will cry with you, pat you on your back, and encourage you to do better. Sounds like my boss. Which is why I was here past 6 o'clock. Apologies again. Teacher, this time is George Denistro. Student nominee or nominator is Christy Kessler. Christy says, I learned so much from Mr. Denistro when I took his accelerated math class in 6th grade that I began to love and appreciate math. Ever since taking his class, math has become my favorite subject. Mr. Denistro also helped me steer me in the right direction for making a career choice. In 8th grade, I wanted to become a nurse like my mom, but he told me that the nursing field was not right for me. He denied my acceptance into the Healthcare and Progress program. I did not know it at the time, but somehow he knew back then it was not right for me. It took a few years for me to believe him. Now, I would like to become an engineer, something more math-based. I'm actually grateful that Mr. Denistro denied my acceptance. Next teacher is Lynette Paudell. Student nominator was Rosanna Helmick. It says Rosanna, Ms. Paudell is the type of teacher who can captivate her students with lectures on literature. She begins a lesson with an introductory thought that is present throughout the literature we are exploring. She then explains using hand gestures and brings the characters alive to create the big picture. When she is done with the lesson, the students have a clearer understanding of the material. She has brought the learning of literature and English class alive for me. Next teacher is Eileen Zakharoff. Student nominator is Mary Hankton. Says Mary, Ms. Zakharoff has been an inspiration to me. She has helped me overcome my academic challenges and gave me good advice to help me make critical decisions concerning my college education. Her love and concern for me as a student is what has driven me to become successful. She believes in me and my abilities. What I have learned from her will follow me for the rest of my life. She deserves this award because she doesn't just do her job, she does her job well. Ms. Zakharoff is a teacher I will never forget. This time, we should congratulate everybody with a round of applause. Thank you very much to all the teachers awarded tonight. I appreciate your effort, as do obviously the students that nominated you. Thank you. At this time, Mr. James will present the Maryland Park for 2013.
Well, tonight I have the great honor of presenting the Maryland Parks Lifetime Achievement Award. The Maryland Parks Lifetime Achievement Award was named after a committed, dedicated master elementary teacher who did not believe in leaving any child behind. She saved many starfish in her 25-plus years in the Akron Public Schools. The story of the starfish reminds us all of why we do what we do every day as committed professionals. A special thanks to Rolinda Rogers-Knott, Patty Busey, Lisa O'Rourke, and Peggy Griner for serving on the selection committee. The nominees tonight must have 20 years experience in the Akron Public Schools, served as an ambassador of Akron Public Schools in their community, have the respect and admiration of students and co-workers alike, inspire students of all backgrounds, and are committed to lifelong learning. The finalists for the Maryland Parks Award are printed in your program. Nominees, as your name is called, please come forward and receive special recognition for your 20-plus years of outstanding service to the students and staff of the Akron Public Schools. Toby Clifford, Suzanne Growalski, Terry Harrell, and this last name, my note here says it's a surprise, and I don't think I'm telling you. Peggy Griner. Now, members of the selection committee, two of whom work directly with Maryland Parks, had the difficult task of choosing one person from this select group as the 2013 Maryland Parks Lifetime Achievement Award winner. Let's thank them all again. The Maryland Parks 2013 awardee is an Akron teacher, has taught in our system for over 20 years, is dedicated to enriching the lives of students in Akron Public Schools, supports colleagues in the school, supports colleagues across the district, serves students and the parents of our district, is an inspiration to students who strive to be like this teacher, is committed to lifelong learning, and continues to see new ways to serve the Akron schools. This teacher was a Building Teacher of the Year in 2009. This teacher was also a Division Teacher of the Year in 2009. This teacher has served as a member of the SIP, BLT, and IET committees. And I actually know what those mean. This teacher has served as the Gifted and Talented Liaison. This teacher embraces technology. This teacher also served as a building coordinator for Akron After School. This teacher is a veteran kindergarten teacher. This teacher always volunteers for levy activities, volunteers at church where the Sound and Technology Board are part of the activities that this teacher supports. An active supporter of Alzheimer's funding, this teacher shaved his or her head at a school assembly. All right. When Glover students reach their fundraising goal for breast cancer research. Our Maryland Parks Lifetime Achievement Award winner is Toby Clifford. It's clear, so it's hard for me to read. Akron Public Schools Maryland Parks Lifetime Achievement Award presented to Toby Clifford in recognition of your outstanding achievements in education, May 2013. Congratulations.
Just thank you. What an honor. I couldn't have done this without the awesome staff that I work with. You know, they make it a joy coming to school every day. And just thank you very much.
Okay, now for the hard part. So I'm going to apologize if I mispronounce anyone's name. Next, we have the Reverend Mung Dang, who will give the invocation. Reverend Dr. Mung Dang has been a preaching pastor at the Akron Vietnamese Church. He is also director of Asian expansion of Final Frontiers Foundation and the founder and president of Spiritual Light International Ministries. He has traveled to more than 50 countries teaching and preaching and has become a highly sought-after speaker for Bible and mission conferences throughout the United States. Dr. Dang and his wife, Suong Hiang Dang, have 4 sons. They attend Akron Public Schools, Firestone High School, and the Judith A. Resident Community Learning Center. He is the brother of our 2002 District Teacher of the Year, Dr. Lloyd Dang Nguyen, who always gives me a hard time, and he is also brother to teacher Hyung Dang, Jennings CLC, teacher Han Dang Nguyen, Portage Path CLC, another one who gives me a lot of trouble when I visit Portage Path, and Dr. Tuan Dang Nguyen, English Language Arts Specialist for the Akron Public Schools. Another sister, Van, taught at Perkins School before moving to the Chicago area. I welcome to the stage Dr. Mun Dang.
Good evening. Thank you for having me here tonight. It's a joy and honor. Shall we pray? Our Heavenly Father, we come to you tonight because you are our God, our Creator. All the blessings come from you. Tonight we celebrate the teacher recognition because we value education and we appreciate our educator. I ask for your blessing, your strength and guidance upon the member of the Board of Education. Give them the wisdom to make important decisions for our school system. I ask for your blessing and guidance upon our superintendent. And tonight I pray for all the administrators, the educator, the parent. I ask that you help us to unify our thought, our ability, and our resources, and we work together for the benefit of our children and our community. And I pray for all our students tonight. I pray that our children be protected from the evil forces. I pray to help them to see the significance of education, willing to take the challenge, and to work hard for their education. I ask that you bless them with their good future. And oh Lord, tonight we thank you for the food you provide for us tonight. Bless our time together. We thank you, and we thank you, Lord, our God. Amen.
My name is John Bennett, and I am the 2011 Teacher of the Year.
Hi, I'm Doc, and I'm the 2012 Teacher of the Year.
We are pleased to acknowledge the gifts and awards that we are about to bestow on the 2013 Akron Teachers of the Year. In a few moments, Mary Otley Kelly will come to the podium and recognize every building teacher of the year. Each building teacher of the year will receive the following: a signature Don Drum desk plate to display to show off their achievement, a pin designed by the Akron Public School logo and Teacher of the Year courtesy of Jostens, a one-of-a-kind student-created portrait courtesy of our APS student artists, a one-of-a-kind student-designed label pin courtesy of our own Miller South students, a special commendation from State Representative Vernon Sykes and the Ohio House of Representatives, a supply allocation for the 2013-2014 school year of $150, and the sincere thanks of a grateful school district. At this time, we would like all building teachers of the year to please report to the stairs to my far left. Would you please do that now? Far right. Your far left. And Mary Otley Kelly, would you please come to present our 2013 Building of the Year teacher?
Time for my monologue. Oh, you want me just to talk for a few minutes? Okay.
Enjoy your second.
Oh, okay. Okay, well, good evening. I am Mary Kelly, Executive Director of Elementary Education for Akron Public Schools. I am also a proud Bookto Griffin. Woohoo! But I am also a proud Crouse Eagle. This will take you way back. I'm also a proud West Cowboy. But I cannot leave out that I am a proud Higher Hawk. Go figure, I am. You know, we were one of the schools many, many years ago that was closed when it was West, and we started like the Akron plan. So I got to ride a bus, which was wonderful for me. It was a wonderful experience, going over, meeting new friends in Ellet. And I heard Mr. Miller say that the teachers helped touch him by touching his daughter. And I feel the same way. I feel honored to be in the room with all of you because teachers like you helped make me who I am. And I think I did okay. So thank you very much for everything you do for our children. So at this time, I have the pleasure to introduce the 2013 Building Teachers of the Year. So when I say your name, I would like for you to come forward. Each of the staff members have been nominated by their peers to receive the honor to represent their school this evening. I'd like at this time to invite our board members, our superintendent, our assistant superintendent to join me please up front and to congratulate each building teacher as they come forward to the front of the room. So again, building teachers, as I say your name, please report to the front of the podium. Representing Helen Arnold, home of the Hall, Julie Sonner. Representing Barber, Martha Skinner.
Thank you.
Representing Bettis, Deborah Marrow. Representing Betty Jane, Anne Marie Hall. Representing the Case Mustangs, Catherine Alexander. Representing Crouse, Roxanne Witherspoon. From Findlay, Cheryl Pinto. Representing Forest Hill, Nicole Frohnapple. From Glover, Julie Paulus. Representing Harris, Julie Asparis. Representing Hatton, Radonna Mayer. Representing David Hill, Michael Burt. Representing King, Jacqueline Miller. Representing Lawndale, Callie Butcher. From Leggett, we have Margaret Oliver. From Mason, Mina Riazi. Mickey Bright, Donna Kiko. From Pfeiffer, we have Jackie Workman. From Portage Path, Julie Corrali. From Resnick, we have Laura Saker. Let me say that, try that one more time. Zusaker. Am I closer? Representing Reimer, Kim Mears. Representing Ritzman, we have Lori Thompson. Robinson, Christine Klein. Robinson, you're going to have to report to the principal's office. Representing Sam Salem, Denise Serbliss. Schumacher, Jennifer Kolb. Representing Cyberling, Barb Fisher. From Smith, William Haynes. Stewart Early Learning Program, Kathleen Sarrow. And representing Windermere, Marcia Lindsay. Is the rumor true that the superintendent tried to trip you? Please join me in congratulating our elementary teachers of the year. Now I would like to recognize the secondary teachers of the year. Representing Akron Early College, Lillian Martinez Pinzon. From Bridges, Wendy Jones. From Bookdo, Lita Shukaluk. From East, Tim Zeleniak. From Firestone, Debbie Euler. From Garfield, we have Sandra Becker-Neidert. From Higher, Denise Taylor. From Ennis, Don Joy. From Jennings, Joanne Cook. Representing Kenmore, Bill Beck. From Kent, we have Jennifer Blankenship. Representing Litchfield, Jeff Lysiak. Representing Miller South, we have Douglas Beta. Representing our NIF STEM High School, Cassandra Hanna. And last but surely not least, representing our NIF STEM Middle School, we have Rashandra Decatur. We would like to thank our secondary and our elementary teachers for all that you do to make APS a great place to learn and grow. You all make us APS proud. Let's give them another round of applause.
The gift items presented to the 8 Division Teacher of the Years are follows: the APS school logo, a Teacher of the Year pin, and a one-of-a-kind student portrait.
A $350 allocation for the 2013-2014 school year. A $50 gift card presented by the Akron School Administrators Association, and the sincere thanks of a grateful school.
And At this time, I'd like to invite Mr. Mark Black to the stage to present the 8 Division Teachers of the Year, please. Thank you.
Good evening. Good evening.
Good evening.
All right, thanks. I've been standing outside working on my tan at my son's baseball game. So don't be jealous of this complexion I have up here. My name is Mark Black, and I'm the Executive Director for Secondary Ed. And Mary Kelly, the one thing she didn't do when she was up here, so since I have the mic last I can do, is pretty much guarantee that we're going to have the Teacher of the Year tonight. I don't know if it's true, but I'm going to guarantee it anyways. I am pleased to introduce to you teachers that agree with Yeats when he says, education is not filling a bucket, but lighting a fire. The only difference with the teachers we're recognizing today, they throw gasoline on the fire. So with that said, we want to thank them for not only understanding that what is said in class is sometimes lost, but how our students feel when they leave their class is what is forever remembered. And to all of you today that are here that are being honored, we thank you for allowing our students to remember how you make them feel and not what you make them do. With that said, I am pleased to present the Division Teacher of the Year Awards. These 8 educators were selected from the building teachers just presented by Ms. Mary Otley Kelly. The 8 finalists submitted an application, endured 2 rounds of interviews, and were surprised at their schools by a surprise in-person announcement of their status as one of the 2013 recipients of the Division Teachers of the Year Award. From the illustrious group, one teacher will serve as the district's Teacher of the Year. Not to take anything away from the elementary teachers, but we are rooting for the secondary teachers. We have arranged for a brief video of each of our 8 division winners to help you understand a little more about each of our candidates for Teacher of the Year. We will pause at this time to enjoy the video.
I'm Maggie Oliver. I'm a special ed teacher at Leggett CLC.
I'm Tim Zeliniak, and I'm the instrumental band director at ECLC.
My name is Denise Sorbliss. I teach kindergarten at Sam Salem CLC.
I'm Douglas Beta. I'm the orchestra teacher at Miller South.
My name is Sandra Becker-Neidert. I teach French at Garfield High School.
I am Lori Thompson. I teach at Ritzman CLC, 5th grade.
My name is Cassandra Hanna. I'm a learning coach at the NIF STEM High School.
I'm Christine Klein, and I teach kindergarten at Robinson CLC.
I teach an Achieve unit, which is a classroom for children with autism.
Teaching marching band and concert band, jazz band, 7th and 8th grade band, backstage pass, and we work the morning announcements through my room, and we also do all the stage work.
I teach all subjects. There's a lot of active learning in our classroom, moving all the time, changing activities.
I have a string orchestra, which is a 7th and 8th grader, so the 6th and 5th grade orchestra, and I teach a 4th grade string exploratory.
French, the grammar, the vocabulary, but more along the lines of the culture and the life lessons so that I'm preparing my students to go into a global economy.
All subjects except for math, and I'm primarily the 5th grade science teacher this year.
I give my learners experiences in many different biology concepts. They design their own experiments, work on problem-based learning units, and I am an advisor of HPAC and Science Olympiad, which many of our learners are involved in.
We establish not only academics, but we also establish social rules, and I'm sure you've heard of the book, Everything I Needed to Know, I Learned in Kindergarten. That's what kindergarten's all about.
My students have the same IQ ability as other students. It's just trying to reach that ability, you go through a different channel. Giving them visuals, giving them objects, giving them structure of knowing when we're going to do what, and confirmation of how that happens reduces the anxiety, brings them into a point where they can learn and do the things that their gen ed students are doing.
We have a lot of good relationships between myself and the students. They have input into what they're doing in the classroom. They'll decide on their music, and help create the marching drills, and we work as a group together, and we all set a common goal, and I think that's important.
Cooperative learning, where the kids learn in groups with their peers, sharing activities, sharing ideas, doing academic centers. I really like to keep it going, keep it positive, keep it upbeat, really involve them all the time.
We are the only school in the district right now that has fourth grade strings. There are students who have come here for a reason other than strings, but it's the combining of those two types of kids into the groups, which I think is very unique here. I also take a tour of the world using string instruments, so we look at different cultures from the Middle East, India, China, Japan, Indonesia, the Americas, and Africa, and get to see how some of those string instruments are used throughout.
I teach my class in French as much as possible. I also believe in making students read, write, speak, and listen to French as much as possible. We have a lot of shy kids who really don't have a lot of confidence, so I'm a confidence builder. They have to go beyond their comfort zone. Whether their answer is right or wrong, they're learning along the way.
So I try to get on the students' level, get to know them, their hobbies, what they like, what they don't like. I try to make as many personal connections. I want to be an advocate for them.
I allow the learners a lot of choice. I have a relationship with them where I ask them how they would like something to be done, what could be done better, how can it change, but I'm in control of coaching them and giving them encouragement and asking them questions to problem solve, and also making sure that they're safe in order to do the experiment as well.
My mom always said I was a frustrated art teacher. A lot of kindergarten is hands-on, but I try to bring in more and more that the kids actually create and play with while they are learning things.
I don't feel like I have enough resources inside myself to give these students what they need. It's always a balancing act. I know realistically I can't meet the need of every student every moment. It's a balancing act just to try to figure out what the priority is of what they need and how can I most efficiently give it to them.
When you have some students that are from economically disadvantaged homes and they don't feel they have a chance, a class like this gives them a chance. First off, a lot of times they might not be academically successful. This is a reason to come to school, something that they like to do. Once they get here, we have a support system in the classroom itself that if you're having trouble with math, I know people in the class that can give you a couple of minutes before class or after class that will help you with your math or help you with your language arts.
I have some students that are on IEP, so a challenge is to work with the intervention specialists to meet the needs of those students because they're young and just coming to kindergarten not being identified, even though there may be some type of learning disability or other type of issue standing in the way of their learning. The challenges with kindergarten are figuring those out at the beginning and communicating those with the parent and figuring out what the best plan is for that student.
Getting the kids to work together, to be very high achieving, and that comes from the parents, administration, but probably the biggest challenge is just making sure that I'm meeting my own expectation, because I think I'm my biggest critic in that respect.
I have to explain and show students that French is a global language. You're going beyond the United States. You're going into the whole world, every continent where French is one of the #1 languages spoken in the world.
Their peer relationships are very much different. Sometimes their parents forget that they still need to be there for them. Whether they have a parent as an advocate for them or not, they still need to know they always have somebody else on their side. Especially at this grade level, their esteem is so low. They kind of need like a little personal cheerleader with them. So once I can find something that I'm interested in with them, I think that relationship gets deeper and it forces them and pushes them to want to do well in the classroom.
When I have a new idea, I don't always have a coach that also teaches the same class to get advice from. I rely a lot on my other coaches to figure out how are the learners doing for you? Do you see any patterns in their learning that are also patterns that I see in their learning in my own classroom?
A lot of the children do not have background knowledge when it comes to vocabulary, when it comes to books. They haven't had exposure to that. So we have to start from the basics. And basics meaning even the letters of your name. A lot of them do not come ready to write their name or even to recognize any letters of the alphabet, or even sometimes recognize colors.
I'm just impressed with so many different programs that we have here at Akron and the hard work that everybody puts in to be able to get this accomplished. As a special ed teacher, I know that one size doesn't fit all. APS focus is always on not how to make Akron Public look better, but how to make the students succeed.
The kids, they want to be here, they want to be working. It's enjoyable to have a staff where you can go to anybody and get an idea when you're stuck. Get that support. The administration is behind you all the time. It's a great feeling to know that this school is meeting the needs of the students and Students agree, and so do the teachers and the people from the administration downtown.
I don't feel any teachers anywhere work as hard as the teachers in our system. I am always proud to be working with teachers that are so dedicated, that go home and they are willing to spend their own time, money, anything they can do to become better and make it better for the kids in their room. And I see true dedication every day.
I just had a meeting with several counties of music teachers, and hearing how a lot of them are struggling just for survival. Even Akron, there are some of those issues, but in this building I don't have that problem. The school is here because of the arts. As an arts teacher, it's expected that I'm here doing my job to the best of my ability, and that's what they expect. They don't expect me to say why I should be here. So I'm real grateful for the fact that APS supports a school like this.
We have a community that is so diverse. Akron Public Schools is the melting pot that is Akron, that is the United States. And how you deal with those individuals being so unique brings us together. I always tell my students at Garfield that they make me really proud that they know how to get along with so many people within Akron, within Garfield. And I think that's what Akron Public Schools is about.
We get kicked down a lot as a district, and we constantly get back up. I see that with my colleagues, I see that with the administration, I see that with the school board, that we're constantly trying to revamp ideas, get it across to everybody, and move forward. We don't sit back, we fight, and we fight harder for our students.
I think there's a niche in this district for every type of learner and every type of parent, guardian, or family. We have everything from specialty programs to traditional schools to career ed. We have a wealth of resources and partners that work with our system to really help out our kids to make them as successful as possible.
I have been APS proud since I was born. I have two parents who were APS teachers. My grandmother was a teacher. I have gone through the lead up to become a full-time teacher, so I was a tutor, substitute, a long-term substitute, and now finally a general education teacher. I'm still here. I still send my children to Akron Public Schools, and I still defend it to people who want to tell me that private school is better.
Children with autism usually aren't spontaneous, especially at this age. You don't always see friendships occur naturally. Last year, one student started initiating a friendship with another with no adults helping them do it. They're still good friends now. It just shows me that I can set up the atmosphere for learning, but I can't control the whole atmosphere. Sometimes things happen that you hope would happen with all the teaching. Sometimes they happen spontaneously. That's when I really, really appreciate moments like that.
About 6 or 7 years ago, we went to Disney World and we performed. They were just on top of their A game. I couldn't be more proud of what they were doing. Yes, they were small compared to the other groups. We were the smallest group there the entire week. We had 6th graders through 12th graders. Everybody else was just a high school. And the kids constantly told me that through the week they had people coming up to them saying how much they enjoyed their performance, how well they felt that people actually recognized them for doing something good. And in turn, that's my high point, because what they did there proved to themselves that they can achieve.
There's just times when you come in and you're not, it's just been like a rough morning for whatever reason, and you're just kind of feeling a little prickly, and they just come up to you and they say like, oh, gosh, I love you, and I made you this picture, and you're just the best, and you think, like, how can you even love me today? Like, I'm not, you're not feeling it. And then they bring you out of that. It's just, they are the best. They are so unconditional in how they feel about you.
In 2011, string orchestra played at the OMEA State Convention in Cincinnati. It's one of those things that music teachers kind of strive to achieve, to be honored not only by your peers locally, but on a statewide level, because you had to actually audition through a taped or a CD and be accepted to perform at that convention. The kids did a great job. They showed their true colors, coming from an inner city urban school district, having a group of that stature being able to perform. The only other middle school orchestra was a suburban school from Cincinnati, and we played, toe-to-toe with them. Very proud moment for me, and I think the kids were really excited to be there.
My favorite moment from teaching is any time I see a child's eyes light up with that, aha, I got it. Because no matter whether it's in level 1 or level 5, we're always struggling to learn something or a concept. And seeing that moment when they finally get it is so joyful and so fulfilling for both the student and for me that it makes my day.
This particular group developed a PowerPoint on grooming behaviors in chimpanzees. And to enrich it even more and get the rest of the class engaged, they actually acted as chimpanzees. They used grape nut cereal as like little insects for their hair and their body, and they showed the actual grooming behavior. And the rest of the class were just captured in that moment. So when I see the students not only engaging and almost role playing, that is priceless, because they have that opportunity to really start problem solving and asking questions because they see it in action. Those are the moments that I remember.
When I was announced in our cafeteria as one of the district finalists, my parents came in there with their flowers and all dressed up, and all of the primary children were at lunchtime. They really didn't know what was going on. I was asked to say a few words, and I did. When I came back to my classroom, my students didn't understand, but every one of them came up to me and said, "We love you, Mrs. Klein," and they said, "Happy birthday," because they thought it must be my birthday. It was the sweetest thing.
I was teaching at Crosby, and I had fourth graders, and I had a little girl in my room who was helping me close out the building that year, because that was one of the first buildings to close down. And she was helping me pack boxes and load my car and take them to the storage unit. And then I asked her mom if I could take her to lunch. And when we went to lunch, I happened to look down and notice that she had boots on, and you're talking June. And when I looked even closer, I noticed that the soles of her boots were falling apart. I took her over to Shoe Carnival and said, "For helping me, I'm going to get you a pair of tennis shoes." She's really good at track, excellent at running. And I thought, well, she's going to a different school, maybe they'll have track. The manager came over, helped us measure her feet. She was wearing a size 6. She should have been in a size 9. Watching her face run up and down the aisles looking for a pair of tennis shoes was priceless. For her to get a pair of tennis shoes, it was like Christmas for her. At the time, I was going to college and paying off college loans, and it was about $50. And for my own budget at the time, I thought, oh man, that's a college book or something. But when I saw her face and realized that she was wearing those size 6 when she should have been in a 9, that $50 was worth every penny of it. And years after that, she and I would pen pal, and she'd always write, "Thank you for those tennis shoes."
Really a big honor to have your colleagues think that highly of you. My kids deserve this honor as much as I do.
I feel honored to be a Teacher of the Year finalist. It's an honor to work with other teachers who work hard and then be chosen by them from your building. I never wish I had a different job. I can say that honestly.
It's quite an honor to me, because I know of all the other teachers in the district that have worked really hard. So I'm very grateful, thankful that I've had this opportunity, and we'll just see where it goes from here.
I just do what I do because I love it. And to be recognized was really an honor. It was really a surprise, and it was a very huge compliment.
I can't even describe how it makes me feel. I mean, it is absolutely unbelievable. I tried explaining to my students, the 5th graders, a couple weeks ago about it, and I said, "Boys and girls, this is like American Idol. I am down to the final 8, you know, and now they get it."
I feel very honored. It's just a way to honor not only your work, but the previous mentors, especially my cooperating teacher that I had in the past, and all of the other individuals that I interacted with, that allowed me to say, this is worth it.
I'm following in the footsteps of 2 wonderful parents who also were Teacher of the Years at their buildings. It's a huge honor because I have been in Akron Public Schools my whole life, and that is thrilling to me to be recognized from my own school district, and I never thought I would get that, so that's amazing to me.
I'm a 2013
Teacher
of the Year
finalist,
and I am
APS proud.
Did you know the song L-O-V-E by Nat King Cole? You ever heard the song Love by Nat King Cole? Remember the song L-O-V-E by Nat King Cole? L-O-V-E by Nat King Cole. L-O-V-E by Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole. Nat King Cole. No? Okay.
I know Apple Bottom Jeans. I know It's Raining Men.
L is for the way you look at me.
Yeah.
O is for the only one that I see.
Right.
You want me to sing this? Yeah. Oh, please.
A little bit to it.
You're asking a lot. You really don't want me to sing.
Oh, you are surely not going to make me sing.
Which our
Good
students
grief.
all do. Yeah. And what I'm thinking I'm going to do is
I usually only sing in front of kindergarten kids.
Do I have to choose one of those letters or all the whole thing?
You're springing this on me. I'm actually pretty good at those types of things, but I usually have to think about it.
We don't have to sing.
No. It's encouraged. It's encouraged.
Do I have to sing this? Really?
No.
Because I have no tune. I'm just telling you that right now. I don't even know the song. How am I going to sing it?
A is for the amazing place I work.
Oh, right in here. Okay. P is for the problem-based learning we do.
Alrighty. S is for the students that I work with. P is for the, okay, so A is for...
P for promising to put in 100%.
R is for rhythmic, because without the rhythm, the melody just sags there. That's what's weird.
O is for over and above what is expected.
Nice.
Thank you.
U is for understanding all of the different people of our world, different cultures, in order to make it better.
D is for dynamite teaching. No? You don't like that one?
That's pretty cool.
A is for the, what did I say?
S is for something that I hope will come to my mind.
What did I say for P?
R is for relentless effort from our teachers. C with more personality.
O is for the outstanding APS learners we have.
Okay.
U is for you rock. You rock at teaching. Is that good? You like that one?
This is out of tune. Please cut it out.
Is that good?
Great.
Was that all on?
Thank you so much. My confidence went from here to there.
That's bad. Okay, pick only the good one.
Is Ryan Dumont in the room? Ryan, can you please stand? Can we give a hand for Ryan? He did the video, Ryan Dumont. Thank you, Ryan. As seen in the video, Hitch would be proud because he definitely would say and agree that the teachers that displayed their moments in that video, life isn't about the number of breaths you take, but the numbers of moments that take your breath away. Yes, that's my favorite movie. It's also a pickup line, too. Just joking. All right, moving on. Awardees, please come forward to receive your award and remain in the front until all 8 winners have joined you. Okay? Douglas Beta from Miller South. I forgot to invite the posse up. Cassandra Hanna from Neff STEM High School. Christine Klein, Robinson CLC. I'm waiting for someone from Robinson to do a backflip, split, or something. Margaret Oliver, Leggett CLC. Lori Thompson, Ritzman, CLC. How many votes did you get? Sandra Becker-Neidert, Garfield. Denise Serverless, Sam Salem, CLC. Tim Zoliniak, East CLC. Please join me in congratulating our Division Teachers of the Year. At this time, we'll have Superintendent David James and Dr. Ellen McWilliams come up to the podium. Not yet? Okay.
In this segment, there's a little thing here that says the drum roll. Now, as a retired first grade teacher, I'm allowed to do this, right? So, for those of you that don't know, retired drum roll from a retired teacher, you do your hands together on your legs, and then you do the symbol. This is where we're supposed to do this. So, you ready? Everybody all together. Here we go. Drum roll and symbol. Ooh, you guys are good. I wish I had the camera. Thanks. The 2013 Akron Public School Teacher of the Year will receive the following items. All of the items that the Building Teachers of the Year have received, and a dozen roses donated by Starcase Florist, a portrait by Carmen Studio to be hung in the hallway at the administration building for 1 year before being sent to the teacher's school to serve as a permanent display, a certificate for 3 free graduate credit hours from the University of Akron, a trip to an educational conference anywhere in the continental United States to be taken within 1 year, a computer donated by Hewlett-Packard, courtesy of Mark Engels, a limousine ride to school tomorrow,
Make sure you get there.
courtesy of Thomas Limousine Service, and a one-of-a-kind jewelry piece. And now, Dr. McWilliams, Mr. James, will you please come to the podium?
You all can sit down now. That would be great. Thank you.
I have to say that I was struck as I was walking around the room tonight. Many of the Teachers of the Year, when I came up to congratulate them, the first thing they said was, "Oh, well, this is great for me, but really this is all about the rest of my team here. These are the people, the rest of my colleagues are the ones that make me so great." And I absolutely love that because that is what makes the Akron Public Schools special. That's what makes us different than many of the districts that I get to interact with around the state, is that we truly believe in that concept of team collaboration. It's all about the power and the synergy among us. And I think everybody in this room exemplifies that tonight. So have everyone give each other a round of applause tonight. So I get the distinct pleasure of introducing the Teacher of the Year to you tonight. Our 2013 District Teacher of the Year has taught for more than 25 years, has taught at the elementary, middle, and high school levels, has completed their student teaching assignment in Northeast Ohio City. Principals have said the following about our Teacher of the Year. It is evident that mutual respect exists between the students and the teacher. The teacher's demeanor has a calming and positive effect on the students, resulting in an excellent climate for learning. The teacher communicates a belief in the potential of all students, seeks out opportunities to grow professionally beyond what is required, and yes, has perfect attendance, which is excellent. This teacher believes that students should be a part of their learning experience and assist in making classroom decisions. This teacher believes that taking on leadership creates opportunities to explore, implement and share new teaching strategies and best practices that improved both the instructional delivery and student learning. Here's a quote from this teacher. "Teaching is an ever-evolving profession. It isn't something that should be restricted to 8 hours a day, 181 days a year. It is something we should participate in our entire lives, both as teachers and learners. It makes us who we are. I feel that we should try to take something away from every situation, every experience. This is the philosophy I try to instill in my students." Mr. James, please announce our 2013 Teacher of the Year.
I would if there was a name on this piece of paper. I'm sorry. Okay. What does Ryan Seacrest say? America has vote. No, okay. Seriously. So, from East CLC, please welcome our 2013 Teacher of the Year, Mr. Timothy Zolniak.
I'd really like to thank you. It is the people I work with. They really have helped me a lot. And my students are great, and if it wasn't for them, I wouldn't even filled out the application because, unfortunately, it came due at Jazz Festival, and I put it off and put it off. And the day it was due, they told me that they weren't going to do anything in my classroom until I sat at the computer and actually did it. So I did, and I really need to thank them, too. And thank you all.
Do you want the computer out?
Well, what a great evening. I'd like to say congratulations to all of our teachers, especially our Teacher of the Year. And, you know, well, I mean, you all know this. And we all have a lot of very difficult jobs. And, you know, in my job, a lot of times I spend my day just signing these papers from ODE, from every place else. And, you know, I do think about each and every one of you. You know, I mean, I see some of your face. I see Moan. I remember I was at early college a couple of years ago, and the whole audience of kids gave her a standing ovation. Who's giving a math teacher a standing ovation? I don't see it. But you know what? There's something special going on there. And there's something special going on in each and every one of your classrooms every day. And I appreciate it. And I mean that from the bottom of my heart. So, what I'd like to say is thank you all for our program sponsors. I'd like to thank the students who nominated teachers earlier. A lot of times, you know, we think about all the adults, but really our world is centered around our kids. So I'd like to thank them. I'd like to thank the staff here at the University of Akron for the service they provided us tonight. And again, thank you all for coming to celebrate with us. It was a great program. Have safe travels home and have a good night.